Let us be real. Life as a young person today is not easy. We live in a world full of distractions, social media pressures, moral confusion, and endless temptations. Many young people feel lost, restless, insecure, and overwhelmed. Some chase after fame, money, or pleasure, hoping these things will bring meaning, yet they still feel empty. Dear friends, the feast of the presentation of the Lord challenges us to pause and ask, what are we presenting to God? Is a life a reflection of faith, purpose, and dedication? Or are we just drifting, following whatever the world tells us is cool or successful? Just as Jesus was presented in the temple, we are called to present ourselves before God, not as a perfect people, but as young men and women willing to stand for Him in a broken world. Romans chapter 12, verse 1 tells us, I urge you, brothers and sisters, in view of God's mercy, to offer your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to God. This is your true and proper worship. Today's world is filled with voices telling young people to live however they want. Do whatever makes you happy. Live for the moment. Morality is outdated. God is not real. Dear friends, the truth is, when we live selfishly, we only end up more confused, more anxious, and more restless. What does being a living sacrifice mean today? It means saying no to what is easy and saying yes to what is right. It means choosing purity over peer pressure. It means dedicating your gifts and talents to glorify God, not just to gain followers. It means standing firm in faith even when others mocked you. Dear friends, if you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. When Jesus was presented in the temple, He was set apart for God's purpose. Today, many young people are searching for meaning, but they look for it in all the wrong places. Social media validation, toxic relationship, money, pleasure, or partying. But real meaning doesn't come from popularity. It comes from purpose. How can young people dedicate their lives to God today? Dedicate your mind filled with truth, not just TikTok trends. What are you consuming daily? Dedicate your relationships. Are the people in your life drawing you closer to God or farther from Him? Dedicate your future. Stop comparing your journey to others. Trust that God has a purpose for you. Dear friends, God created you and me for a purpose, not for clout. When Jesus was brought to the temple, only Simeon and Anna recognized Him as the Messiah. The rest of the world was blind. Why? Because Simeon and Anna were spiritually awake, while others were too distracted. The biggest problem young people face today is not a lack of opportunity. It is distraction. Social media keeps you scrolling, but does it bring you closer to God? Music fills your ears, but is it filling your soul with truth or trash? Relationships keep you busy, but are they leading you into faith or temptation? How do you recognize God in your life today? Unplug. Spend time in prayer instead of endless scrolling. Listen to God. God speaks, but are you paying attention? Stay in your community. Surround yourself with people who remind you of His purpose. Dear friends, the louder the world gets, the harder it is to hear God. Make time for silence. Malachi chapter 3 verse 3 says, God is like a refiner's fire, purifying His people. But let us be honest. Purification is painful. It hurts to let go of toxic friendships. It is hard to resist temptation when the whole world normalizes sin. It is uncomfortable to be different when everyone else is following the crowd. But purification is not punishment. It is preparation. God is shaping you into someone stronger, wiser, and more faithful. Dear friends, how can young people embrace purification today? Delete what destroys you. If an app, a song, a website, or a habit is leading you into sin, cut it off. Pray even when you don't feel like it. Your emotions change, but God does not. Be patient. Growth takes time. Let God work in you. Dear friends, you can't have purified life with a polluted heart. Your life is your presentation. At the end of the day, the question is simple. What are you presenting to God? Are you presenting a life of compromise or a life of purpose? Are you offering your body to the world's standards or to God's holiness? Are you too distracted to see God's presence, or are you willing to seek Him? Just as Jesus was presented in the temple, we are called to present our lives to God boldly, faithfully, and without fear. Dear friends, the world offers temporary hype. God offers eternal purpose. Choose wisely. Take a moment to reflect. What distractions are pulling you away from God? Are you willing to present your life fully to Him? What is one change you can make today to dedicate yourself more to God? May we, as young people, rise above the noise, live with purpose, and present ourselves as living sacrifices, holy and pleasing to God. Thank you. May God bless you all. Have a nice day.